Okay, guys, good morning and welcome back. Let's start the class. We are discussing introduction to control processes. Right? So, we are discussing the correction of accounting errors, right? So, we finished the trial balance and we are going to discuss correction of accounting errors. And last Thursday, we finished errors that not revealed by the trial balance, but you know I'm going to discuss the thing in here as a support to you again, like this. So again, I thought of doing this like a little bit again because it will help for you as well, right? So there are like we discussed about top talk, right? So these are the errors that revealed by the not revealed by the trial balance, right? T means transposition error, O means original entry. So principal error, right? Complete reversal and omission. I, this is a commission error, compensating error, right? So these are the errors that revealed by the not revealed by the trial balance, right? So I'll not revealed by the trial balance means trial balance agreed, but there are errors, right? Let's see one by one again, then you can have a clear idea there because I'm going to give the workings in here, right? So I thought of giving the workings. Number one, so number one is commission error, right? So last week I gave you the definitions related to those things, right? So hope you can remember what is the term called error of commission. Commission means correct amount entered wrong accounts, right? So that is the term called error of commission. You can see. So what is the error in here, right? So a Chang paid us 50 by a check. The transaction was entered correctly in the cash book. So if I take this, no, in cash book there are three columns, right? So in here, debit side there are discounts received and the so discount allowed and the cash and bank. In here, credit side discount received, cash and bank. So this is the bank column. Bank. Just see what has happened in here. Check pay. Chang paid us by check. Chang paid. So transaction was entered correctly in the cash book mistakenly for. Now there are two parties, right? So this is A Chang, right? The other one is A Chung, right? A Chung. CHANG, the correct one. We recorded CHUNG, right? When we receive a check, we debit the bank account. So it's 50, right? Should credit to here, but this is the in the receivable ledger both. Receivable, both are receivable, right? The receivable ledger. Is the nominal ledger. Sorry, right? The prime no need, right? So we credited to here is taken. You can see the name, right? So this is error. Trial balance is telling because there are both debit and credit in. To correct it, when you remove it from here, then this account will close. We need to credit to here. Then the account is recorded. Is it clear to send me a thumbs up? That is why A Chung's account debit, Chang's account credit. Hope it's clear to send me a thumbs up. Right? So next one. On it right. Error of principle. So what is the term called error of principle? Uh, when the items entered in the wrong class of accounts, that is the thing, right? So error of principle. Let's see number two. error of principal. Example number 2, principal error. Let's see what is the matter in here. A motor car is purchased 35,500 by check on 14th April 2017. It is debited in error of a motor expense account. Error debited to the motor expense account, right? Okay, cash book shown correctly. Now, with the cash book, it goes to the cash column, right? We purchase using cash, not via check, right? It's by check, so it's a bank. Goes to the bank, right? So we recorded in the motor expense. Motor expense. This is an expense account. Motor car is an asset account, right? So we purchase 35,500. Mistakenly, without debiting to here, we debit to here, right? To correct it, we need to debit to here, then we can record in here. We need to credit to here, then this will cut off. The account will close. That's why you can motor car account, motor expense account. Right. Errors of original entry. What is the term of original entry? When the items entered wrong using an incorrect amounts, right? Not the transposition. Errors of original entry, right? So this is the example number 3. What is this? This is error of original entry. Original entry. See what has happened. Revenue 152C hygienes entered both the debit and credit 130. This is a revenue of 102. C hygiene means it's a debtor, right? Trade receivable. So revenue means the sales account, and C hygiene is a receivable. The actual value is because it's a credit sale 150, we recorded as 135. 130. There's a 20,000 deficit, right? To correct it, we credit 20,000 to the, we debit 20,000 here, then this will increase up to 20,000. 150. Clear to you? Send me a thumbs up, right? Hope it's clear to you, right? So next one, number 4, error of commission. Right? Error of commission. Sorry, error of omission. Is the omission. Omission means what? Completely missing, not recording of a transaction. The purchase of, let's see what has happening, right? Uh, Purchase of books from KOK for 250 on the 13th May is completely omitted from the book. Purchase of book from KOK. KOK means like, this is a credit account. Purchase account should be debit, right? K, okay, this is a payable account. in the payable ledger. Completely omitted, right? So 250. So what we need to do, we need to debit to 250 to here, into credit to 250 to here, right? Sample number 4, sample number 5. Compensating error. What is the term called compensating? Uh, hope you can remember, two or more errors are cancelled set off by two entries, right? Let's see. Uh, in here, a business contain two incorrect totals: purchase revenue, the purchase day book add up too much, and in the same time the sales day book add up 100 too much, right? Okay, purchase day book add up too much 100, sales day book add up 100 too much. Now you can see, right? So how we recorded the purchase day book, when when the purchase day book add up, you know comes to the purchase account debit, relevant creditors account, line items. There is no matter in the line items. So because we are taking the line items of the purchase day book and we credit to the creditors account. So the creditor account balance is okay. Sorry, creditor ledger account balances are okay. So when it comes to sales journal, in here also we recorded in here. So purchases 7,900, right? Uh, revenue 9,900, right? So I told you last yesterday, like, so Thursday, we get the line items in the prime entry book and we record in the payable ledger and the receivable ledger. Now in here, the actual balance is 7,800, but we record as 7,900. That's add up too much, 100 too much. So this is also should be 9,800. We add up 100 too much, so we need to debit it. Understand? So this is cancel it off. That's why we used to record it in here. Okay. Hope you got the thing. Send me a thumbs up. Right. Next one. So because of this one, the error is settle cancel off, right? There's 100 too much, 100 too much. Trial balance is telling, right? Next one. Complete reversal of entries. I'll show you this part to write later. Wait. Example number. Complete reversal. Check paid to 200 to AOV. This is entered in the account as shown below. The trial balance. So check paid to LOV. So when we paid a check to LOV, should be recorded as like this. The last one. Number five is compensating it. Compensating it. In here, this is a complete reversal. Recorded the opposite side. Reversal. right? So check paid to LOV. So cash book, bank account, bank column, right? And uh, LOV. We paid check means these the payable in the payable ledger. Someone we need to pay. This should be credited, and payable is a liability account when we pay liability. First, mistakenly we recorded as debited. To correct it, we need to carry it 400 to here. 400. Why? Not the 200. If we credited or now the actual the recorded should be in here. Once we credited 400, this debit 200 cancel off and 200 will remain in here. That is the thing we want. We need to cancel this one as, and also we need to record this one 200 in here as well. That's why we write 400. Once we recorded as 400, this debit 200 cancel and remain further 200 in here. It's also same. That's why have given you the 4 entries as 4. Hope it's clear. You send me a thumbs up. Hope you're okay with this. Finish it and raise your hands. Write it and raise two hands. Okay. The same thing we discussed yesterday, I gave it last week. Same thing we discussed, I give the working. Finish it and raise two hands. Student raise your hands. You are still writing. Can you hear me? I'm audible. Yes, hope you're still writing, right? Once you write, let me know, unmute and tell me.
Okay. Done. Sir.
Okay. Now, the next part, errors affecting trial balance agreement. So, that is the next part. Right? Errors affecting trial balance agreement. There are various types of errors that will affect the balancing of the trial balance. Uh-huh. So, in adding in any account, right? These are the various types of errors. In adding means incorrect additions in an account, any account, making an entry uh, on on only one side of the account. For an example, a debit, no credit, or a credit but no debit. Entering different amounts on the debit side of the amount on the credit side, which means like there are two amounts in the two accounts, right? Two different amounts. Errors in writing up the trial balance, which means when we are when we are preparing the trial balance, we recorded an incorrect value or not recorded. Account balance not pick up to the trial balance, right? So we are not recorded in the trial balance. So you can now there's exam here. If the transaction has not effect on the trial balance, it is important to tell the examination this. Otherwise, the examination will assume you haven't answered the question. So, what are the things? Let's see. Right. You can see in here. Number one, so incorrect additions to in any account. Incorrect additions, which means we added additions. Means when we are balancing, there is a matter. Additions in any account. Number two, making an entry only one side of the account, right? Recorded only one entry. One entry. There's no only debit, there's no credit, only credit, no debit. Enter in two different amounts. Both accounts. Number four. Errors in writing of the trial balance. Errors in writing of trial balance. You can write like balances recorded, uh, wrong side, or balance recorded incorrectly. Number five, account balance not pick up to the trial balance, which means not balances not recorded the trial balance. Hope it's clear. These are the errors affecting when uh, errors that affecting the trial balance agreement, which means trial balance is not tallied. Write it and raise your hand.
Hello. Yeah, තමයි error din. Once you done raise your hands. Once you done, raise your hands.
Done, sir.
Student raise your hand. Right. All done, right? No raise hands. Done?
Done.
Right. Okay. One minute. Right. Okay. Now let's see. Suspense account, and as you know, I told you about suspense account. When the trial balance is not carrying reference, we take it to the suspense account, right? Suspense account, an account in the general ledger in which amount is temporarily recorded. The trial balance does not balance. It is important located and correct the errors as soon as possible. The errors cannot be found. The trial balance totals need to make to agree which each other by inserting the amount of the difference between the two sides, the suspense account. The figure 9.8, there is a difference of 40, right? To make the totals the sum, the figure 40 has to add it to the credit side of the trial balance. The suspense account need to open, and difference are also shown on the credit side. You can see trial balance is the trial balance. Credit side is the lower side. So I told you we take the base as the higher value side and we balance it. The difference recorded in the open a new account as suspense account. The difference take it to the suspense account, same side of the trial balance, right? Suspense account and the statement of the financial position, right? So if the errors cannot be found before the financial statements are prepared, the suspense account balance will be included in the statement of financial position. If the balance is a credit balance, it should be included under current liabilities on the statement of the financial position. The balance is a debit balance, it's shown under the current assets of the statement of financial position. Whatever possible, however, the error should be found before the financial statements are drawn. Just still you don't know, I told you, by including assets, liability and equity, we prepare SFP, so statement of financial position. So if the difference in the debit side, right? So if the balance is a debit balance, we shown on the current asset. So if the balance is a credit side, we shown under current liability, right? Correction of errors, one error only. When amounts are then errors are found, they must be added using the double entries. Each correction must be described by entry in the journal. Here are two examples to consider. Example numbers. Assume that the error of 40 shown in the example above found in the following years. Now you can see in the here we open a suspense account, right? You open a suspense account like this. You can see here. You open, right? Now you know, right? So in the here, right? So the trial balance, debit, credit. No, debit balance was 100,000. Credit balance was 99,960. So different, we write it as suspense account 40 and we tally it to here. And we take a suspense account and we write trial balance trial balance right? Let's see. There are different errors they found, right? So assume that error 40 is found in following errors, right? Okay. Debit the suspense account, close 40, right? Debit the suspense, right? Let's see. Credit the revenue account. The error is that the revenue account was undercasted by 40. Error number one. Error number one. Revenue account. Uh, undercast by 40. Undercast by 40. What is the term called undercast? Undercast means undervalue, which means account was, now you know, when we take the revenue account, the BBD goes to the credit side, right? Because it's an income account, increase side is credit. BBD goes to the credit, right? Think the corrected amount is 740, but this was recorded as 700. Why? 400 was undercasted, undervalued, right? So we recorded something, but less than the actual thing. Is it clear? To send me a thumbs up. Undervalued. If the amount should be taken to BCDBBF, think for 740 after balancing, but we recorded as 700, which means 40 undercasted. So if so, you know, right? So when we there is a 40 difference, right? 40 difference, and because of this one, you can see when we prepare this trial balance, debit and credit, there is a credit side 40 difference, right? There's a credit side. Why? Because there's a credit side 40 deficit. It comes to actually the trial balance. Why? We know this revenue balance, we take it to the trial balance. Think the actual amount is 740, we recorded as 700. This is also comes as 700. This should be recorded as 740, right? Because of this one, we need to check every individual error. Trial balance is not tally. There's a deficit of credit side 40. So we write 40 and we take it to here, right? Ledger account is not a, so trial balance is not a ledger account. It's just a statement. You know, once we correct all the errors, the suspense account balance should be 0. This 40 is the net impact, right? So what we need to do, we need to debit to here, right? We need to credit to here. Why? We need to credit to here to record it, right? We need to debit to the suspense account. Why we debit the suspense account? Because of this error, the actual amount is 740, we recorded as 700. So this also recorded as 700. When we balance the trial balance, there is a 40 difference on the credit side. You know, if there is a difference, we record the difference amount as suspense account and we take the balance to the same side. Send me a thumbs up if it is clear. To correct it, we debit here, right? And also there should be record it in here. I want the thumbs ups. Hope you can hear me, right? Why we debit the suspense account? Why? You know, once the error correct, the suspense account balance should be 0. There was a credit side balance. To correct it, we debited. Then the suspense account balance, close it. Hope you got the thing, right? So because of this one, you know, okay. So what we need to do, you know, in here we write it as revenue account. Now once the suspense account, once the all the error corrected, the suspense account, no BCD BBF in here, no PBD. It's been suspense account, debit total equal credit total. You can see credit also 40, debit also 40. There's another thing. You can see thing is given to shortage. In the trial balance of December shows a difference of 160 caused by a shortage on the debit side. A suspense account is open and the difference entered to the debit side. Okay, now you can see in the example number 1. I'll take another example. Example number 2. This is when we prepare the trial balance, there was a 160 shortage on the debit side. Shortage means the situation which there is not enough of something. So 168 we write it as suspense account. SA means suspense account, right? So when we open a suspense account, as debit side 168, trial balance, on 31st May 2070, the following error were found. You can see the error. A payment of 160 are not has been made to D Mitchell to close his account. This was correctly entered the cash book but not entered in the D Mitchell's account. Okay, now you know error. What is the error? This is not the error. not the error, right? It's a check payment, right? Yes. Payment made to D Miguel. 168 not recorded. Miguel's account. When we made a payment, cash book should credit, it's recorded. When we made a payment to me, D Miguel means this is a payable account, not recorded. Now, because of this one, you can understand when we prepare the trial balance, there will be a debit side difference of 168, right? Why? Into each and every individual error, just check what will happen to trial balance. Because of this one, actually how to record it, either correction in the 160 we need to record to here, and we credit the suspense account. Suspense account we credit. We can't credit to the cash account because it's already recorded. I'll tell you why we credit the suspense account. Because of this error, there will be a difference of the trial balance debit side. Okay. So in here we write suspense account 168 and we take it to trial balance 168. So this is the, because of the, without the correction entry, what will happen? We debit to here and we take it here. Once the error corrected, suspense account should be 0. That's why we credit to here. Once we credited, the suspense account balance goes as 0. So in here we credit as D. One after that, suspense account is balancing to 168, right? No BBF, no BBD, suspense account debit equal credit. You can see that is what happened. Right. Right. Hope it's clear to you. Right. Write it and raise 2 hands. Write and raise 2 hands. Just wait. Can you hear me, guys?
Yes.
Can you see the screen? No, right?
The board,
No, not the board. I think you can't see me, right?
it's stuck.
Talks, right? Just wait. Let me see. Still stuck, right? Just wait. I'll be back. Oh my god. Just wait. Still the same, right? Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah.
Mm, I don't know what has happened. Shall I send a picture to the group? Can you write it down?
Okay, sir.
Liyasha, is it fine? Okay. OBS is working. The matter with the Zoom. I'll send a picture to the group. Liyasha, hope you're there, right? I have sent a picture, right? Just write it and raise your hands. You can see the OBS as well. I have sent a picture to you. Once you done, let me know. I have sent a picture, right? Okay. Once you done, unmute and tell me. Okay.
Done, sir.
Right. Right. Okay. So since there is a matter with the camera, shall we do the rest of the part tomorrow? Okay. Hope you can't see my screen still, right? The
Yes,
same
sir.
matter. So let's do tomorrow. Let's do tomorrow. I'll tell you the time, right? The time will be. I think tomorrow is a poet day, right? It's a holiday to you. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Right. Will you be able to join
Sir, at what time?
around morning?
Sir, morning I think I can't, sir, because I have maths class.
At what time?
I think like 11. So it's better if we can do it at like
Night,
2 to
right?
4. So like it's better if we can do it at the usual time 2 to 4.
Right. 2 to 4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that time. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Bye.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Have
Bye,
a
sir.
nice.
Okay, sir. Bye.